Let's do a quick review of the Omega Seamaster 300. This is the original design for their first professional dive watch that came out in 1957. This has been updated from the previous Seamaster 300. I think it's been strengthened. I am sorely tempted personally by this watch, and I did have hands-on with it out in Brent Miller Jewelers in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Had a lovely trip out there a couple weeks ago. So let's talk about specifics here. This is a 41 millimeter case, again, based off of the original diver design from 1957 from the Seamaster name from Omega. This has 300 meters of water resistance, a domed sapphire crystal with a very nice application of anti-reflective treatment. Omega does really good anti-reflective treatment applications on their sports pieces. And notice this texturized sandwich dial done in blue and how that matches the anodized aluminum bezel insert that is actually lumed. And we have a bitone lume application as always from this brand, a lollipop seconds hand. And I have to note, I like the cleanliness. I like the fact that we only have Omega, the logo, the name of the model Seamaster 300, and the Swiss-made designation. Everything else, all of the water resistance, if it's a mechanical, all of that stuff has been omitted, and I think it strengthens the overall design language of this classic or retro-inspired design. I am a fan of the sandwich dial. The lume looks excellent in low light, and we have my favorite of the common complications, a jumping hour feature, which is very similar to a true GMT in execution. This is called the 8912 Metis. Well, it's a Metis certified movement, but it's an 8912 caliber from Omega. It carries a coaxial application with a twin barrel architecture, 60 hours of power reserve, and this will have a free sprung balance, a silicone hairspring, variable inertia system for regulating the balance. It's just a very sharp movement with an arabesque finish or pattern to it, and it carries an open case back, which is nice. When you're spending this level on a luxury watch, I like to see where a majority of my money is going, and that is into the movement. Very anti-magnetic, very accurate, good amount of power reserve at 60 hours, and I think is fitting on this watch. I like the fact that the sidewalls of the case, this linear case, is brushed. I like the fact that we have polished accenting, and the center portion of this tapering bracelet is brushed with the polished outer flank on the links. And so it ends up being a very sharp watch with good presence, a good fit on wrist. My wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference. And I think this is more appealing than the Seamaster Professional for the fact that it's more manageable. I know it doesn't have the fancy ceramics, but this does have that tapering bracelet, which makes a big deal in terms of comfort and not getting fatigued wearing the watch in an everyday type situation. So I absolutely love this bracelet. I love the clasp. It's not massive like it is on the Professional. This one is rather small and still carries the sliding micro adjust system. Overall, it's a very strong watch. Would I change anything? No. I like the retro design language. I absolutely love the movement. I love the tactile action, the finish. I like the sandwich markers, the lollipop hand, the cleanliness of the dial. It's very strong. The only negative element I see with this is the fact that your inner steel crystal ring shows wear easily. And that can be, I don't know, just a little bit of an annoyance as you wear and use your sports pieces. What I would love to see the Swatch Group do is to take that polished steel material and do a polished tungsten just in that area. So it would be just as scratch resistant essentially as the sapphire crystal that it's covering or that it's retaining. I think that would be a step in the right direction, enhancing practicality. But other than that, it's a very lovely watch. And again, I'm tempted by it personally. I think this is a strong release from the Swatch Group. And I'm glad I got to film it out at Brent Miller Jewelers in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A link to their store will be in the description. Reach out with any questions you guys may have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.